recording.
All right. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Chasing the Whimsy. I'm your host, Ben. This is a second take because I recorded this last week. I told you guys last week that we had a surprise that we wanted everybody to see, and then my phone didn't work, so nobody got to see any of the original video. So we are recording it today. But it works out because it gave me a chance to kind of reflect a little bit on it. I have another recorder, so now we got like multiple versions of this thing, and yeah. So a very small, small history of what happened. There was a car saga most of November, in which I had a problem with Nissan. Nissan didn't really want to help me resolve the situation, and I got to a point where I didn't like that so much of this negativity took over my life. So I wanted to just end the car saga. And in doing so, I thought maybe I can get a little extra out of them to try and make the end of this story good. So when Nissan was like, I don't want to do anything for you, I said, how about you cut me a check for $500 in which I will guarantee donate it to a school, donate it to a family, or to a Title I school program. They said yes, so I was able to get whatever refund that they were going to give me in the form of a check. And last week, what you guys didn't see was I brought it to a young lady here and presented her with a check. But today, I want to go in and just take a couple of minutes and just focus today's episode. This is going to be a Monday episode. It's going to be a video. It's going to be on a live stream. But I want to go ahead and make sure that we gave the school and her their due, because what they're doing is fantastic. And I'm glad that I was able to be a part of the program that they are with. And your name again is?
So my name is Anat, and I am the school counselor here at Paseo Hills School.
Very nice. And the check that I gave you last week was to help out with the family assistance program.
Yes.
And what are we family assisting this time of year?
Okay, so it's the holiday assistance program here at Paseo. This is my second year here at Paseo. And this has been a long-standing tradition here at Paseo School. And basically what happens is that around October, we will send out a Google form to our families, given that we are a Title I school, and it's very low-income families here at our school. In the Google form, families will fill it out and say, yes, we can use some assistance during the holidays because of our financial needs. And they'll kind of give us an idea of where they're at, and then they will share who their students are, like who their children are here at the school. And sometimes we also include their siblings who may be at the high school. The information they provide is the students' grade, their shoe size, clothing size, and their interests. And so what happens is that we collect all that data, and then in the meantime, I reach out to my sponsors from previous years. Okay. And then I also reach out via Facebook or whatever it may be to see if any other community members want to get involved. And then they joined in. So we have, I want to say we've had about, I think it's like at least 15 sponsors.
And what do these sponsors do?
So a sponsor reaches out and, they'll say, hey, we would like to sponsor a family or two or three. Okay. Some of them are individual families in the community who want to do something together as community service. Some of them belong to church groups, and they will sponsor multiple families. Okay. And then we also have sponsors who provide us monetary donations, like you. Thank you very much. And the monetary donations was about $3,000 this year.
Very nice.
So the sponsors who will adopt like a family or a certain number of students, They will go out and do their shopping.
You can show. What's super awesome is when I came in last week, we were in your office, and today the benefit is the scale in which is happening here. There has to be hundreds of presents.
There is. There was a minute there I thought, oh, how cool would it be to count the presents, and it's just impossible. But this actually is our conference room. That's what it's supposed to be. But right now it's more of a workshop and a storage of presents for these students. And so those sponsors who adopt families will come and they'll deliver their presents this week. They're all wrapped and they're labeled. So we keep all the names confidential, and each student is given a number, or actually each family is given a number, and then depending how many students are in the family. So for example, you have like a 56 A, B, and C. So 3 kids in family number 56. The wrap, and then sponsors like you who have provided us with monetary donations. Sometimes we have, especially this year, we received a couple of families at the last minute. So we go out and do shopping. So the monetary donations help us in that way. And then I'll have some of our students come in and wrap the presents. They love doing that. The other thing that we're doing with the monetary donations is that we have a community partnership called Market on the Move. And basically we got each family $10, a $10 certificate, and what that gets them is at least 40 pounds of food at Market on the Move. So that's one of our community partners. Another community partner we have is Chick-fil-A. So they have helped us out by sponsoring at least 20 families. And then they'll also provide some meal tickets, hopefully. So it's just amazing. One of our schools in our district actually sponsored a family per grade level. So that's about 9 families. And they, the bikes that you see in the background came from them. It's just amazing.
Oh, that is so much fun. How many families roughly in total do you think we were helping this year?
56.
56. And those families can range anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 kids.
Exactly.
Do we know roughly how many kids?
Actually, we have some families. I think there's a couple of families, maybe there are like 5 or 6 kids in there.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah, it is very exciting.
And this is your second year doing it?
This is my second year doing it.
You have any plan of leaving this thing?
Do I plan on leaving it?
Or handing it off to somebody else?
Oh, not anytime soon, as far as I know, as long as my position stays here at the school.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic. Your December is going to be amazing. Just all the goodwill and...
Oh, it's so much fun because this past week the sponsors have been coming in and delivering, and they will come in and they're happy to bring their own stuff, but then they walk into the room and they're like, oh my gosh. And so they know they're a part of this big program. It's not just like a couple of families, and they see that there are other community members getting involved, and that's what it's all about, is being there.
My sister, my mom does something very similar, in which they've donated or adopted families over the last several years.
Oh, well, I should say.
Yes.
Some of my coworkers, including your sister and your mom, they also were our
very
sponsors,
nice.
And they really get into it, and they have a great time doing it.
And I'm super glad that I was able to be part of it again this year. This is my first year. I've always liked to donate throughout the year. I've donated to the school through different other fundraisers and different things that some of the other kids have been doing. But for the holidays, I like that we're able to do something around the holidays, because I think it's just a really good time. It kind of gave me a chance to take a step back to be like, I have nice things, and instead of crying and complaining about the car guy didn't talk to me nice enough, that I'm able to kind of just refocus my energy to helping others. And I'm super happy to be able to be part of this.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, and you're absolutely right. I think a lot of the our sponsors, are able to take that step back and say, like, even, and honestly, it could be like some sponsors come in with these really big bags, right? And then some sponsors come in with a box of like smaller gifts, but they still, they feel good about it, and I'm incredibly grateful because some of the students just may not have anything if it weren't for this program.
Do you ever get a chance to see the kids pick these gifts up, or do the parents kind of take them and then obviously for Christmas?
Yes. So the parents come and pick it up. They're going to start picking it up next week.
Okay.
Right before winter break, and how they choose to present it. I
Right.
mean, some may say it's part of a program, some may say it's from Santa.
All right, fair enough.
It's completely up to them.
Oh, that is super cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys do any other programs throughout the year? I believe you said something around the different breaks.
Yes. So we have a church. I believe it's a church that puts together, or actually, no, it's not. It's another community partner that we have that puts together food boxes. And those food boxes are delivered to our school and are provided during the breaks. Now, they also serve some other schools in the district. So they were here we had food boxes for our fall break, and we had food boxes for Thanksgiving break, which was a week long this year. And so we have a few boxes for winter break as well. I'm thankful that we were able to get some certificates from Market on the Move.
Okay.
That's very helpful, so that we'll be able to provide them some food as well.
Have you ever considered expanding at all? Because right now, the Family Assistance Program is the food boxes and a lot of the Christmas activities. Have you guys considered expanding into like summer or any other type of programs that might be optional?
I haven't given it much thought. But
to be fair, what you're doing is enough.
Well, and I don't do the food boxes. Yeah. I mean, it's our partner who does that. They'll bring it in for spring break as well. But yeah, no, I think I think this takes, it takes a lot of time and organization. It's so rewarding, and there's a lot of needs in the school, and some kids that need to be seen. But I'm grateful for my coworkers who understand that this right now is a priority, and just working together, and letting me know if students have some concerns. They're able to handle it, and we also have a great RTIB team here that is also able to step in for students' needs. So we've got a great community here at the school.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Since I messed up the recording on last week, on my Saturday show and my Monday show, I just got really excited about it. So I've already committed to donating another $500 to you guys next year.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
I would like to, so that will be from Chasing the Whimsy.
Wow, very cool.
What I'll try and do between now and next year is we have a Pateron subscription service.
I stumbled over my own words too.
That kind of helps support the podcast.
Oh,
and
wow.
Right now we got about 12 active paid members, but that money helps me pay artists, because I have an artist I want to do a comic strip, and then I have a gentleman who helps with our music. So I'm trying to put that money back into helping the artists and the people that help me do the weird, crazy things that I want to do. But I will try and do with the Patreon and see if I'll commit $1 per person of that, and match whatever they have up to the $500. So hopefully I'll get my marketing out there a little bit, and then see if we can get some more people because sometimes it's hard to be fair, if my sister didn't work here, I would have no idea that this program even existed. You go to the mall, if you even go to the mall anymore, and you see like the individual gifts, but how to actually adopt a family, I wasn't fully aware of. So this will be kind of my way to help educate people on the holidays, what a Title I school looks like, and just a couple of dollars will make a big impact. So
huge. I mean, a couple of dollars, whatever it may be, it helps a lot. It takes the stress off of these families because, over winter break, the children are home, right? So they need to buy more food because here at Paseo Hills, being a Title I school, all the kids are provided breakfast here and lunch. So come winter break, that's additional meals that these families need to provide and need to plan for and buy food for, and then you've got like your bills that you have to pay, and some of the kids actually have to be in like a daycare because their parents are trying to work.
Right.
So that's an additional expense. So them being able to take the focus of buying presents is such a relief for them, and just be able to provide some stability over the holidays and knowing that's there.
Very cool.
It's huge for them.
I absolutely enjoyed this program, and definitely something I would definitely enjoy to commit moving forward, because I think it's...
Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
That is extremely generous of you. And I'm going to write the day and time that you're saying that, and I'm going to come back for you next year.
I do so much with the podcast, and what you're doing is what I'm trying to do with the podcast, which is build a community. I'm not looking to go like viral or be huge, but if I can get a couple hundred or 1,000 of us to all kind of just enjoy each other and help each other out, and if we can throw $1 or $2 here or there over the course of the year, we can make some
amazing
difference.
What you could do. I mean, you just getting this message out to your listeners, and then hopefully your listeners will spread the message to others. I mean, you'd be surprised what you'll be able to do by next year.
Definitely.
It's awesome, and I appreciate you keeping us in mind for that.
If anybody's interested in any kind of monetary, without signing up for the Patreon, just wants to help donate, please reach out to me. I'll make sure I get your request and your info to you, so that way you can communicate with them. And because it doesn't have to go through me, as long as we're doing what we can to help out the community, that's all that really matters. In my opinion. So I absolutely love everything they're doing. Nikki, give me one more shot of this room, because there's still more stuff coming in.
Yes, there is.
That is my favorite thing.
There is. It's pretty impressive, and we are. I mean, tomorrow is another day of sponsors bringing in gifts, and it's amazing. It's really exciting.
Has the program grown at all over the 2 years since you've been doing it? Like, are you about the same as you did last year?
No, I believe last year we were about 50 families.
Okay.
So we definitely are like 6 more than last year at least.
All right.
But what's grown, and I'm so grateful for, is the people who want to be involved.
Yeah.
People like you who hear about it and want to contribute. So that's huge. It makes such a world of a difference.
It really does. And we've I think all of us can relate to it, because growing up, a lot of us have come up, maybe who've seen struggle, and or now being parents, now seeing that struggle, and or those costs of like, you want what now? So for families who are really trying to keep the family unit together, and the parents that are doing what they can to support their kids, it's nice that we're able to kind of help them out too a little bit, so that way they know that it takes a village, and that we're here for them too. So
and and they're like your listeners. People want to help out, and they don't know how to do it, and this is just one easy way of getting involved, and through your podcast, through you. So I thank you for giving them that opportunity as well.
And it's good to see that it actually goes to something, because one of the things I have a problem with is a lot of different charities is I don't know where the funds go. Here, it's nice to see that it's all going to the kids.
Yes.
Which is great.
One of our partners is a car dealership. How ironic. Not Nissan, but
Where are they out?
It doesn't matter. But anyways, one of our partners is a car dealership, and they actually gave me some Costco gift cards for the 5 students that they sponsored, and so I went to Costco and had a heyday there shopping for 5 students, and then I had students wrapping the gifts here. So that was awesome, and they also provided a Build-A-Bike event. So they provided bikes. So, not to bring it full circle back to the whole business thing, but it's it is really cool. No matter which way how it happens, it's there.
Since starting the podcast, I've had a couple of hiccups, but overall, very few failures. And I think moving forward, this was a spectacular year, and I definitely think that we can help make it a bigger year next year.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And it's all about providing the gifts. Yeah. And like you said, it helps knowing where the money's going, and just like getting the gift cards, whether it's it's from a sponsor or just a community member, whoever it is, it's going out and getting them actual gifts so the kids have something to open.
Well, I like it, and then it hopefully helps my kids, kind of reflect on but I just like the idea of inspiring younger kids early that says it's nice that you got your things, but not everybody gets the things that they want, and maybe hopefully my kids. I'd like to get the kids a little bit more involved, later, but you never know. But I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me again.
No problem. It's my first podcast, so I couldn't turn this down. No, I'm kidding. No. It's more than that. You putting out that message, whether people are supporting our program or any program out there, I'm just appreciative of you speaking of goodwill. So.
It's definitely it's definitely worth giving back. So as I continue to evolve this whatever it is that I'm doing, I have no idea. I do enjoy the fact that there will be a Whimsy donation every year to kind of help out. So awesome. I'm going to try to get as many people as I can.
We all heard it.
I'll just keep it checked down. But yeah, I'll definitely commit what I can, and then I'm going to entice others to also. I'd love to be able to give you guys a little bit more next year, so we'll see what we can do.
Whatever it is, we'd appreciate it.
Thank you.
It helps a lot.
Well, you guys have a great rest of the holiday.
Thank you. You too.
If you guys have any questions, you can email me, leave it in the chats, and I'll make sure all your inquiries go where they need to go, and then I'll figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the next year with the Pateron stuff. And I like the idea of on the live streams have a total of how many people and how much we've donated throughout the year, so people can kind of be like, oh hey, we're at 200, 300, 400, and then let's keep going.
No, that would be awesome.
So
yeah, very cool. I'm sure it's fun to be able to see that and how it works out.
I'm having a blast with it.
Good job. It's awesome.
Well, I thank everybody for hanging out with us today. It's the holiday season. Do something for somebody else. There are those that are less fortunate than us, that struggling. Any little thing that you can do. It doesn't have to be a $500 donation. Grab a tag off of a Christmas tree and buy a kid a gift, or just something.
It could be putting change into the
anything.
What do you call the bell ringers in front of the
Salvation Army.
Yes, that's it.
Enough of us do enough little things. We can all do really great big things, and that is my favorite thing about the podcast and the community. Is it's not. I don't need a lot from you guys. I just need a little bit from you guys, and we can do great big things. That's all we got for you guys. Thank you. And you guys have a good night. Whimsy.